Going live, I am live right now. I should be up, I also should mute this so you don't hear a weird echo. Hope everyone is good today. I hope everyone is doing awesome. Just singing until I see my face on the YouTubes, on the YouTubes, on the YouTube. I just got it. It's YouTube because you get to create the content on the tubes. I just took me years to figure that out because I'm silly and weird. I hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's good tonight. This is me singing. And now that I've caused everyone on the live stream to leave and to hate me, hello everybody. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope also, I was filming a video earlier where I had to wear blue lipstick so you can kind of see some remnants on there. I was trying to clean it up before I got on here, but sadly no dice. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Your background music is a bit loud, everybody. Let me turn that down. Well, I had some nice backing vocals behind my music there. Anyways, hello, everybody. Let's see who's here. Elizabeth, nice to see you. Wellington, good to see you. Mikhail, Gornziek, excuse me if I said that wrong. Don Nichols, Cappuccino Crafts, Ian Manning, Vale, good to see you. Chris Bird, Maya Gross, I'm gonna say this wrong. Goth Chicks Midi. I apologize. I totally bombed that, so apologies to you. Jane, good to see you. Black Cover 95, good to see you. Just Carowin, Pierre in Rainbows, Laser Pipe. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is doing wonderful today. I hope everyone's having a lovely week and a lovely day. I've been kind of having a busy week myself, but anyways, so for anyone who's new here, who may be popping in, though I see a lot of the regulars in the chat, for anyone who's new here, this is our weekly sort of chat stream. Everyone can just come, we can chill, we just sort of like talk about whatever you want to talk about. You can throw up some topics, I'll sort of rant. I'll rant at the camera for a while. I can tell you all you're beautiful. The only other thing is super chats. If you do give a super chat and are very kind enough to do that, I give you a heart. That's the only other thing. Other than that, we just hang out and chat. And also, I have something a little bit fun for us to do today, because one of my patrons, who is super kind, I don't know if I have this person's permission to say their name on stream, so I'm not going to, but I will thank them. If they are on stream and want me to credit them, I will credit them. If not, and they want credit later, I'll thank them next live stream. But a patron sent me this package, and it was super, super kind of them. So I'm going to open it on stream because they asked me to, and I am more than happy to do that. And I believe I know what's in it, so I'm just trying to make sure I angle this so you don't see the address of this person. So, but we're going to open this on stream. Hey, Carlisle the Cinephile. Well, giving a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, Carlisle. You are beautiful and wonderful and amazing, and it's good to see you, and I hope things are going well. I know things are looking on the up for you, because I know you had a rough patch, but I know you said you found a job, right? I believe a few days ago. I believe that was I forgot the exact specifics, but I'm glad things are starting to look good. So good to see you, Carlisle, and good to see you. I'm in a weird presenter mood today. Usually I'm less like, let's talk through everything. But anyways, I'm sorry. I was just filming. That's why I had makeup on. I was just filming. I have a knife in my hand right now. I'm gonna murder somebody. I was just filming something, so my brain's like, I'm in presenter mode. Let me present the things that are going on. Anyways, I need to get more into chat casual mode. Anyways, we're gonna open this. I want to see what's inside. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, so I have a vague idea of what's in here, but I don't know the specifics of what this person sent me. And again, if you're on stream, the person who sent me this, let me know, because I'll credit you. If you're not on stream, I'll send you the link on Patreon later. And thank you. And thank you in person. Or, well, online anyways. There's a lot of tape on this. You put a lot of tape on this. Alright. Oh, Ryan. You had a second interview at a company earlier today. Congratulations, that's awesome. Second interviews are always a good sign. Means they didn't hate you, or they hated you a lot less than most of everybody else. But no, I wish you good luck. I see people asking about the Snyder Cut. I will talk about the Snyder Cut once I finish opening this, so we'll talk about that. I have not seen it yet, but I do plan to. So, and actually, I'm doing something special for it. Okay. Well, we got. This is all I needed. That's this was great. I'm a child. This is everything that I need in my life. How you doing? Oh, Carlo the Cinephile, thank you for the next super chat. You are lovely and amazing. I appreciate that. I'm in a better place. I started the new job and I like it so far. Congratulations! Yay, you started the new job. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's 100% starting on bunnies, but things are looking up. That's good. I mean, jobs are jobs. We live in a capitalist society, so you gotta do the capitalism. But I'm glad that you like the job, and I'm glad that it's going well for you. So yeah, no job is ever gonna be. I mean, no job is ever perfect. Even jobs that we love. You know, this YouTube is a job, and there's a lot of parts of it I don't like, the like background stuff and uploading and doing things and trying to work the algorithm. But I love this job. So I mean, it's always that. Anyways, more fun because I'm a child. Also, Angie, I see your super chat, and I will get to it once I'm done being a little kid. Oh my gosh, there is even more. I am a child. So I do see all the super chats, and I will get to them in a second. I just want to get through this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there are a lot more in here than I thought there were. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, legitimately, these are amazing. Sorry, I know I need to show the chat, but oh, wow. Holy crap. Oh my god, my patron. Okay, so these are like little Star Trek, like, toys. Little Star Trek guys. Holy crap. Wow, okay, I gotta go through these quick because I want to make sure I focus on the chat, but like, oh my gosh. So, we got Chekhov, little Chekhov with his Beatles haircut right there. Put them off over here for right now. I don't know, this is, I forget where this one is from, what episode this is from. But this is from one of the episodes, is it? Reminds me of the one from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, the Eddie dude, but I forget, but I forget what this is. And no, it's, Hannah, this isn't my birthday. My birthday's in June. Just someone sent me this and I'm opening it on camera because they were very kind. I think they said that they had these sort of leftover, they didn't have any place for them, so they were going to get rid of them, and I'll take them. Got a cool little Andorian, dude. Little Andorian. I'm gonna have to do something. Maybe I should make a video with like some animation or stuff. That's not a promise, everybody, but I might do that. That's kind of fun. Oh my gosh, Trelane, like he's even got the split knees. Oh my gosh, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. Oh my gosh, look at that. I don't know how well you can see it because of the lighting, but oh my gosh, I love these so much. Legitimately. Oh, it's a Gorn. It's a Gorn. Private Little War. Yes. Galileo's. Oh, the Galileo 7. Thank you, ERMX, and the Yeti guys from Galileo 7. I think you're correct. That sounds right, because there were those aliens that were attacking Spock in the group. Oh my gosh. The fake Baylock. The Corbinite maneuver. Oh my gosh, these are lovely. I didn't know you had this. The person who sent me these, like, thank you so much. These are, like, actually, actual Blaylock. It's like, would you like a cup of Tranya? Look at his face. His face is so weird. It doesn't look like the actual actor at all. I'm blanking the actor's name. He's, related to, I think he's Ron Howard's brother, right? I forget his, he's been in a bunch of Star Trek stuff. He played a Ferengi in Star Trek Enterprise and stuff. A lot of stands here. There's a few more in here. Most of the Enterprise crew. So we got Sulu, we got McCoy, we got Spock with his lovely eyeshadow. We got Rand. That's Rand right there. We even got Rand and everybody. We even got Chapel, Mudd, Harry Mudd, of course. Got to get Harry Mudd in here. Nurse Chapel. Love me, my. I love how they even got the girls in here, because usually they forget the girls in these sort of things. They only give us Uhura. Uhura usually will be the only one that gets sort of a mention. So, oh my gosh, I'm glad for that. More Klingons. Oh my gosh. Grown woman gushing over toys. I will gush over toys. I am a child in every way, Black Cover 95. I am a child in every way. Clint Howard. The only Clint Howard action figure. We need more Clint Howard action figures. Got Kirk. Of course. Who cares about Kirk? No one cares about Kirk, right? No one gives a crap about Kirk. And of course, Scott. Actually, that's a really good Scotty. These are all actually really good. These are actually very good likenesses, but Scotty might actually be the best here. I don't know why you can see that, but it's a really good likeness. These are all, like, legitimately very good likenesses of the actors. I'm actually somewhat surprised that these are so accurate. I look at they have that Saru doll that came out from, I forget exactly who made, there's a Saru doll that just came out. It's a good doll, but nightmare fuel. Freaking nightmare fuel. We got some cards in here. Well, thank you. Thank you. I don't want to, I don't know if I have permission to say this person's name on stream. So I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to out them if they don't want it to be. So, but, the person who gave me this, thank you so much. These are so cool. I will definitely be finding a use for these because these are so insanely cool. And I will also thank you publicly. I'll also thank you on Patreon, and I'll thank you publicly if you so wish to be thanked publicly on the next live stream, or if you pop into this live stream. But thank you so much. These are so insanely cool. I am legitimately, like, gushing over how cool these are. Thank you so much. Well, thank you to that. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I know I missed a few super chats, so let me go back to get those, and then we'll just hang out and have some fun. So I just want to scroll back through, catch these super chats that I missed. Carlisle's I got already. Angie Pugh, who hopefully I'm saying your name right. Apologies if I'm not. Heart to you. Thank you so much, Angie, for joining. You are absolutely lovely, and this heart is for you. You a wonderful, wonderful human. Excuse me. Got some... excuse me. Apologies. Hi, Jesse. I'm a first-timer. I just came from a time out on another live stream after some guy wouldn't leave me alone, and I'm kind of hurt and need a smile. I'm so sorry, Angie. Well, I'm sorry that I missed your super chat right when you put it up, but I hope I made you smile this past few minutes, and here's an extra heart because people were being butts, and I'm sorry about that. Well, but welcome, Angie, and you are more than welcome here, and it's lovely to have you, and you are absolutely wonderful. And thank you for the super chat, but even beyond that, you are so lovely and wonderful, so... let's see, other super chats here. I'm gonna say this wrong, but Synth McG Poet. I know I said that wrong, but you didn't have a message, but I'm giving you a heart for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, you lovely person. I greatly appreciate that you're here. Cast the Last, a regular. Everyone I've heard has said the same thing. Better than the Whedon film. We're talking about Snyder Cut. Better than the Whedon film, not as good as a Marvel film. That sounds about accurate. Yeah, I'm so for those of you who don't know, this isn't intentionally, I mean, it is a promotion for it, but it isn't intentionally a promotion for it. I mean, honestly, there's a way around it if you really want to, but, I haven't watched the Snyder Cut yet, so no spoilers, please, for me. I am actually kind of excited. My thoughts on Snyder is, like, I disagree with every choice that Snyder makes, but I appreciate that his movies are, like, an encompassing vision. Like, I despise Batman v Superman. I think it is, like, the most wrong idea for a Batman and Superman movie that you could do. But that being said, I am appreciative that it's not bland or boring. It's not like a X-Men Dark Phoenix situation where it's just like a blah, or X-Men Apocalypse situation where it's just kind of like blah as a movie. It's like a full, like, it is a director's vision, and I give him total credit for that. So... I'm actually very excited to see Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut. I don't want more of the Snyderverse at all. I don't want more of that, but I am more excited to see this movie than I was of Justice League, because again, Justice League was kind of this blah bland thing. And the very fact that too of what allegedly happened behind the scenes with Joss Whedon makes it even like you made a worse film and also had people go through a horrible experience allegedly as a result. Like, that's a whole thing to break down. But anyways, I am actually very excited to see it. Anyways, what I was talking about before in terms of promotional stuff. So in case anyone wants to join me when I watch the Snyder Cut, over on my Patreon on Saturday, I'm actually going to be doing a 4-hour live stream of the Snyder Cut. I'm going to watch it with my patrons all the way through, and I'm also going to be doing a drinking game. I haven't figured out the exact rules of it, but I'm going to do a drinking game for the Snyder Cut. So, like, every time the Joker mentions society, every time I see a shirtless man without abs, like with abs, sorry, like a shirtless dude with abs. I take a drink, that sort of thing. So that'll be a lot of fun. So if you want to join, if you're a patron, you can get into that. It's on any level, so even if you give like $1, you can get in. But it'll just be a fun time for all of us to hang out, and I get drunk and enjoy the Snyder Cut with people. So if anyone wants to join me for that, that's on my Patreon. I mean, honestly, to be very honest with all of you, you can just sub to the Patreon and then watch the live stream with everybody and unsubscribe. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but you could do that if you really wanted to. But the support is also appreciated. But if you want to join where I'm going to be doing that, it should be a lot of fun. All right, so I got to get to the other super chats because I want to hang out with the chat. I want to catch up on the chat. So I apologize, I'm a little bit behind on the chat here. Harvey Fenton Mud. Everyone's saying hardcore Fenton Mud. 10 Lauren. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are really, really generous. That is a super generous super chat. So thank you so much. This heart is for you. You are lovely. You say, I am moving out to college and I'm really nervous. Do you have any pointers for making friends and just getting out there? Well, getting out there, I can't really give you pointers on necessarily because I don't know the situation that you're going through. I mean, I've moved a bunch, so I usually put everything in a U. I mean, if I'm moving a big thing, I usually put everything in a U-Haul and go, and U-Hauls are kind of fun. Sorry, my stream sort of froze, so I just want to make sure it's not frozen overall. So apologies if I'm frozen here, but it looks like the stream went down for a hot sec. Let me just make sure that that's not the case. People might all be seeing this, but I think my chat. Okay, it looks like everything's still going. It just sort of like, let me know in the chat if I froze. Okay, it looks like I'm still going. It just looks like it froze for me for a hot second there. But anyway, sorry. Apologies, 10 Lauren. Apologies that I lost your chat for there for a second. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? 10 Lauren. Weirdly. Huh. Sorry, I might, 10 Lauren's chat seems to just, did I miss this? Sorry, one second, I need to catch up on this. There we are, okay. Apologies. So, yeah, I can't really give you any suggestions because I don't know the specifics, but making friends, for college, I remember going to college and being, like, super, super anxious. I mean, I'm an anxious person in general, and, like, I am definitely an extroverted kind of person. But I also have social anxiety. So those things kind of like clash in a weird way. So I like to have like a small group of friends. And that's what I did in college. I formed like a group of like 5 or 6 friends. But I would just say the first things first, your roommates. I mean, your roommates aren't always going to be your best friends, but roommates are always a good, like, people are in that situation too. They're like getting to know people. Roommates are always a good people to like meet and talk to and get to know, and always form a good relationship with your roommates as best you can, unless they're jerks. But the other thing to remember too is like for every, like you're feeling all this anxiety and worry about making friends at college, everyone else is feeling that. Every other person around you is going through that same experience. So don't like, I'm not saying to ignore your anxiety. It happens. We all get it. But just know like you're not alone in that, and everyone wants to make a connection. That's what everyone's doing. Like everyone is looking to make a friend and making a connection that morning because everyone's kind of like scared in the same way that you're scared. So keep that in mind that like you're not alone in your fear, and everyone wants to find that connection. The other thing too is usually college has like clubs and groups that you can find. So like find like something that you're interested in. Like I remember my school had like a Doctor Who watch along, and I just went to the Doctor Who watch along and made a few friends there because we all like Doctor Who. So that would just be like the suggestions that I would make. Just like keep in mind, everyone's going to be feeling what you're feeling. It takes time, but you will make friends. You will. I have never heard of an experience where like no one made any friends at college, because again, everyone's going to do it. So just kind of like put yourself in situations that are sociable, find people with similar interests, that sort of thing. But I'm sure you're going to do great. I'm sure you're going to do absolutely wonderful, 10 Lauren. So, heart to you. All right. Catching up on more super chats here. Angie Pugh, another thank you again, Angie. Really appreciate it. Here's another heart for you. Did you ever see the old cartoon Star Trek? You're talking about Star Trek, the animated series. Why did I just get out of focus? There we go. I was little, and I think you would have been even younger. I had a crush on Spock. I actually wasn't born yet when the animated series was out, funnily enough. But because I was in the 70s? Yes, it was in early 70s. If Geek Filter is here, by the way, one of the regulars in the chat, Geek Filter. Literally, I have a book up there kind of lazy and I don't want to get up. But I have a book right up here that's like the entire history of Star Trek: The Animated Series. And Geek Filter helped write that book, and he's a wonderful human being named Aaron Harvey. And so I would highly suggest that book. But I did watch the animated series, and I love it. I think it's vastly underrated. It legitimately feels like the 4th and 5th season of the original series. It's a bit slow. It gets weird at times, like very, very weird. But overall, I think it's actually very underrated and very good. And yes, the episode Yesteryear. If you don't watch any episode of the animated series, watch the episode Yesteryear, because Yesteryear is legitimately one of the best Star Trek episodes, period. And no one really ever... It does get some credit, but it often gets forgotten because it's in the animated series. But if you don't watch any of the animated series, which you should watch the whole thing. It's not that long. There's like less than 30 episodes, and they're all half-hour long. But if you don't watch any of them, at least watch the episode Yesteryear, because that one is legitimately very, very fun. And one of the best Star Trek episodes overall. So, and also, you talked about crush on Spock. I had a crush on Spock. I actually had a weird... to be fair with you, I would be lying if I said I had a huge crush on anyone from the original series. I was more into like the Deep Space Nine Voyager crushes and Enterprise crushes. I didn't have a huge crush on anyone from the original series. Spock probably would be the one that I had the most affinity for, probably McCoy. But yeah, I didn't have a huge crush on them, to be very honest. Catherine Lambeth, good to see you. Heart for you. Much appreciate you showing up. You're good to see you here. Every time I hear Kathleen Lambeth, I just think of your how I sing your name in the patron rap. It's like Kathleen Lambeth, Ashley Allen Bokiki, yo. It just stuck in my head. Just got back from my first electrolysis session. Also, you look amazing tonight. Well, thank you for telling me I look amazing, and congratulations on electrolysis. I bet it was not fun. I've done electrolysis myself, and oh my gosh, it's legitimately it's hell. Let's be honest, because you're like, for those of you who don't know what electrolysis is, it's like where they take this like little like, I don't even know what you call it, like little thing, like little like tiny like little like poker thing, and they stick it down each hair follicle, like down right next to the shaft of each hair follicle, and zap it. So it's like just zapping your face over and over and over again to like kill the hair at the root. And they have to do it several times for each hair over the course of like a year. You just sort of sit there while this person like zaps your face or other parts of your body and just zaps your face to get rid of hair growth. I've done it, and I've just, due to like money and timing, I've never actually finished it. So I still grow my beard, annoyingly. So I have to still have a shave, but electrolysis, not fun. So I'm glad that you got through your first session, Catherine. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure the face is sore, or wherever you got the electrolysis. I don't know where you got it, but I'm sure it looks. I'm sure it's sore. So, but take it as like, yes, first step. So congratulations, Catherine. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Vovacat, good to see you. Wait, it's been a while. Your super chat is, you won't believe it. Crazy, he is actually here. Vovacat17 is back, baby. Heart to you. Yeah, it's been a while, Vovacat. Good to see you. Heart to you. I hope you're doing well. I know you've been in the Discord server a little bit too, but good to see you, Vovacat. Maya Gross. Let's see. Maya Gross, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are absolutely lovely and wonderful. Thank you so much. You said, just finished training for my estrogen injections. My wife did a great job. Hell yeah. She's my biggest supporter. This experience is so much better with her at my side. You are an inspiration. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate, you sharing that. And thank you for saying I'm an inspiration. I don't know. Thank you is the best way to put it. 'Cause I never know how to feel about that. 'Cause like, I appreciate that, but I'm also like, I'm just a weirdo. I'm just a weirdo making videos, so I appreciate you being kind. So thank you for that. But yeah, I get that too. Part of the reason when I came out as trans, I just graduated college when I came out as trans, but I decided to stay in my my college town for a year after I graduated instead of moving to Los Angeles, which I had planned to do, because I knew I needed friend support, and I had friends that were staying in the college that were still at college that were like a year younger than me or staying longer. And I actually stayed in the college town for an extra year just sort of transition because I knew I would need it. And honestly, yeah, like the first year of transition was like really, really hard. A lot of depression, a lot of like things that I was going through. A lot of like, honestly, like I actually became a little bit toxic as a friend to a degree. And that's the discussion for a much longer time. The point that I want to make though is like having friends is like, and having someone there with you. Your wife is your friend. I mean, yes, obviously, but having someone with you makes transitioning so much better. And easier just to have someone go through, because it's scary. Transition can be exciting and amazing and awesome, but it can also be terrifying too, because there's so many things changing and going through and figuring things out, like the medical stuff that you need to, like, what do I do here? Who do I talk to? So having someone with you is amazing, and I'm so glad that you have your wife with you. That is super, super awesome. So heart to both of you for being wonderful. Like, that is awesome. And yeah, hell yeah, on estrogen injections. I hate my estrogen. I inject too. I used to take pills, but I inject and I hate it because I hate needles. And it just takes me forever to inject myself. I just like sit there for like 20 minutes just being like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. It's just fun. But congratulations, Maya. That is awesome. Sean Piper, heart to you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are lovely and awesome and wonderful. Got my stimulus check today and just thought it was fair to share a bit with you. Well, I appreciate that. Please make sure to also take care of yourself. I do appreciate the super chat, but please use the stimulus check on yourself. That's what we're supposed to do, right? My stimulus check literally all went to bills today. I had to pay healthcare and stuff. I literally just paid a bunch of bills before I went on stream, and I was doing a watch along with a few other folks on my Discord server, but I paid a bunch of bills, and I'm like, well, there goes all of the stimulus check money. But I mean, it's good. It's at least that is money that I don't have to waste of other things. So that is awesome. So stimulus check is great. We should be getting more. UBI, Universal Basic Income, should be a thing. I'm not even saying that for myself because I'm decently okay with finances. Like, I'm at a decent level. But I think that's something we should be supporting for everybody in the United States, especially people who are sort of making lower income than even myself. Definitely should be a thing. But anyways, I've got off on a political tangent. I need to finish the super chat. Sorry. Just thought it was fair to share with you. Thank you for sharing your voice with all of us. You give me so much insight on the trans community. I feel that's really important. Well, thank you, Sean, and I really appreciate that. And like I said, I never know how to respond to that other than thank you. Like I said, I'm just a dork making videos, but thank you very much for the super chat and the kind words. You are absolutely wonderful. And you got a stimulus check rant there in there too. So hope you enjoyed it. Let me see. Dang, there's a lot of super chats. I am sorry that I'm not getting through these super fast, but thank you everybody for the super chats. That is like insanely appreciated. Cast the Last. One more thing. What's the date and time for the live stream? And did you see the new Life is Strange trailer? So you're asking about the Zack Snyder stream. So for those of you who know, the Zack Snyder live stream is going to be at 4 o'clock Pacific time on Saturday. So 4 o'clock Pacific time on Saturday, I'll be doing the live stream for the Snyder Cut for my patrons. So if you're a patron, you can join in on that. Also, the video will be up. If you join patron after that point, it won't be live, obviously, but I'll leave the video up for anyone to watch, for patrons to watch after the fact. And it'll also be, my plan is to, after I watch it, if I'm still feeling up to it, I'll probably do my video review of the Snyder Cut. I'll either do it that night or I'll do it on Sunday. But I'll be having like a sort of a 10-minute review of the Snyder Cut that'll be going up on Monday. So yeah. As for the new Life is Strange trailer, I have not seen it. I actually need to still finish Life is Strange 2. I beat like half of that game, and then because of money stuff, I didn't get around to it. But then it was available on Game Pass on Xbox, and I went to play it. But then I was like, oh, but then I have to replay episodes 1 and 2 because I played it on PlayStation. So anyways, I need to finish Life is Strange 2. But no, I have not seen the Life is Strange, the new Life is Strange trailer. I did hear about it though, so I am excited because for those of you who don't know, I have a Life is Strange. Can you even see it in this image? Yeah, that poster right there is a Life is Strange poster. So there we go. Okay. Getting to the next super chat. So I will check out the Life is Strange trailer, and probably when the game comes out, which is whenever it is, I probably will do a review of it. I would be surprised if I didn't. because I love that that company. They, besides Life is Strange, they just did the trans focused game. I did a review of it. I can't remember. Oh. The company that makes Life is Strange did a trans masculine focused game. The main character was a trans man that you were playing as. For some reason, I can't remember the name of the game. Someone will say in the chat. I can't remember the name of the game, but it is a very good game. I did a review it on this channel, and it's absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite games of last year. For some reason, the name of it's just escaping me. I don't know why. Autumn, thank you so much for the super chat. Autumn, heart to you. You are lovely and amazing, and thank you so much. Wanted to say thank you for being a positive, informative, non-judgmental voice in the transgender and neurodiverse communities. I appreciate your voice videos as a gender fluid person with ASD. Pronouns are they, them. Well, thank you so much, Autumn. I really appreciate the kind words, and thank you for being so wonderful and awesome. I try my best. To talk about, you know, my experiences as a trans and neurodiverse person, relate them to the community and sort of like overall branching things within the community, but also just only can speak for my experience while also trying to relate it and advocate for the rest of the community. But you know, I really appreciate that. Like I've said numerous times, like I really appreciate the thanks. Like I really do. It's also just feels that more surreal because I'm like, I live in such anxiety about making stuff and trying my best to help other people. So it's nice to know that I'm doing that, but I also want to make sure I always make sure to keep my eyes forward and trying to make sure I always do my best and hold myself accountable for if I make mistakes and things like that. So Autumn, thank you so much for your kind words, and I really appreciate that. Scrolling down. I am sorry, everybody, the main chat, there's a lot of super chats, and I just want to make sure I get to them first. So I do apologies to everybody that I'm missing some of the chat. So I hope you're all enjoying talking to each other too. I am catching up slowly but surely. Corey Honkanen, good to see you, by the way, Corey. Good to see. Hopefully you and Vale are doing wonderful. I know Vale is in here too. You are both lovely. Mwah. Love to both of you. Jesse, I was going to watch the Snyder Cut out of morbid curiosity anyways, and make Vale watch it too, so I'm very excited for your stream. Gives me a solid reason to do so. Fully endorse the idea of a drinking game to go along with it. Yeah, I mean, I've already ranted about the Snyder Cut, and thank you so much for the super chat. For some reason, I forgot if I gave you a heart. Apologies if I didn't. Yeah, I'm very excited. Like I said, I already said this earlier, but like, I very much don't like Snyder's choices and disagree with his philosophy on a lot of things. It's very, very fashy, I guess would be the best way to put it, but I think that might be a little bit of an overreach, but definitely sort of like that strong man, like Ayn Randian philosophies type of stuff. I don't even know if he's like as intellectually like aware of his philosophical leanings. I don't even know what his politics are. But you can kind of see that ideology coming through in his work. So I very much disagree with it, but heavens if I don't find it fascinating, like deeply fascinating. Like I said, I don't know if I love it, but I'm fascinated by it. It's like a train wreck you can't look away from. Also, it looks like the stream is getting a little bit low. Sorry if I'm like chopping up a little bit. Hopefully the stream will pop back up a little bit. My internet's being a little bit wonky today. I was noticing that earlier. All right. Ava, thank you so much for the super chat. You are lovely. Thank you, Ava. You didn't post anything, so I'm just going to tell you you're an absolutely wonderful human being who is absolutely amazing and super awesome. And I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for being, more importantly, thank you for being in the community. Okay, Vovacat, good to see you again. Another heart for you. Thank you so much, Vovacat. I am doing rather well. I've just been busy as hell lately. I was so upset that people in the Discord started asking me if I'm okay. Feels nice that people remember me. Of course. I mean, I've been absent from the Discord because I've been so busy, so I totally get that too. Like, I've been super, super busy between this and my other full-time job stuff, so it's glad to see that you're here, and I'm glad that people in the Discord server is just so, like, it's so nice to, like, know that I don't even, like, put much effort into, like, I do, like, sort of managerial stuff of the Discord server, the Discord server, but everyone there is just so wonderful and kind that it makes it very easy to do. So shout out to everyone who hangs out in the Discord server. Shout out to all of you for making that community absolutely lovely. I really appreciate that. Catherine Lambeth, heart to you again. Good to see you, Catherine Lambeth. Thank you so much for the second super chat. Catherine Lambeth, Ashley Allen Boki. Anyways, your mention of the first year of transition reminded me, as of tomorrow, I'll be 1 year living full-time as a woman. Hell yes! Congratulations, Catherine. That's amazing. Congratulations. I don't know. Hopefully people in the chat have already done so. But if people haven't, please everyone give some congratulations to Catherine. Hell yeah, 1 year anniversary. That is awesome. And if people already did give Catherine a like celebration, let's do it again. She deserves it more than once. All right. Sorry, I'm catching up. Where did I miss? That's Catherine's. Almost actually caught up for once. Let's see. 4C Aperture, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jesse, have you watched Space Sweepers? I feel like you would like it. I have not. I will actually, where's my pen? Got my pen. I keep a list of shows to watch over here. I'm actually going to write that down. Space Sweepers. I'll check it out. Don't know anything about it, but I will check it out. It is on my list of shows. So thank you so much for C Aperture. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need some show suggestions, though. I watch too many shows as it is. Final Space is coming back this weekend, too. I'm excited to see Final Space. Let's see. ER Craziest Theories. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are absolutely lovely. Heart to you, ER. Thank you. You are lovely and amazing. You didn't post a comment, so I'll just tell you you are lovely and beautiful. Well, beautiful. You are beautiful in a non-gendered way, but you are beautiful and amazing and wonderful. So thank you so much for the super chat. And hell yes, finally caught up. Thank you. That was a lot of. Did I miss anybody? Oh, I did miss somebody. I'm sorry. Owen. Sorry, Owen. Apologies. I missed your super chat. Heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat, Owen. I am not so good. Last week I went to the hospital for appendicitis, came home with diabetes, and I want to eat everything. I am so sorry. That sucks. Well, I'm glad, number one, I'm glad you're okay. Unfortunately, it was when I was very young, so it's not like a recent, pain. But I have lost people in my family to appendicitis, so I'm super, super glad, Owen, that you are safe and okay. And sucks about diabetes. I've also, I don't have diabetes, but I have a lot of family in my members. Both my grandparents, my grandmother who's passed away, my other grandmother who's still alive, both had diabetes. Tenses are weird. Both have diabetes, I guess I'll say. So I know that can be really, really rough. So I'm sorry that you're going through that, but I am glad that you're doing okay, which is the most important thing. So Owen, thank you so much for this. Thank you, Philmet, for the super chat, if I can speak. And I'm glad you're at least you're doing all right, and that you're at home and that you survived that. So thank you. A couple more super chats. Overdone Skeleton, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you, sending you love. You are absolutely lovely and amazing. So lucky to be able to jump in here. Busy with work, but all these suggestions gives me something to do later. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I hope the chat is everyone's being amazing and wonderful. I see people yelling for Newt. Newt's probably in the other room. I have to open the door. Maybe I'll do that in just a minute. But thank you for joining us, Overdone Skeleton. I really appreciate you being here. Fada, good to see you, Fada. Saying heart to you. Thank you for the super chat, you lovely, lovely person. It's so hard not to watch when the Snyder Cut came out today, but holding off for Saturday. How are we doing this, by the way? All on YouTube using Chrome, some Watch Party, HBO Max offers. So how I'm doing, unfortunately, you are going to need HBO Max, just because that's just how it goes, unfortunately. Or other ways that I won't condone on stream, but you can definitely do. Anyways, but yes, what I'm going to be doing is it's going to be a live stream like this, but the link's only going to be for patrons. you'll be able to just jump in, and then I will do some stuff and work, but I'll like try and find like sync points throughout the thing that I'll like throw up in the chat to just be like, all right, we're at this time code right now. We're at this time code right now. So, and I think also I haven't looked yet, but I think the Snyder Cut's like broken out into parts. So I'll be able to like stop and start, and we'll take a little bit of an intermission about halfway through. I'll explain it all during the chat, but just make sure you have access to the Snyder Cut in whatever form that is, and then just open up the link, and then I'll sort of go through what I figure. I haven't worked out all the exact stuff, but I'll be figuring it out as we go. So there we go. Sean Piper, not caught up. Well, heart to you. And I am catching up, but thank you so much for the super chat, Sean. You get another heart, you lovely, lovely person. Von Tux, heart for you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are lovely and wonderful. Just working up from a nap and I see Jesse Gender streaming. What a fun wake up surprise. Well, thank you. I'm glad I can be your wake up surprise. That sounded dirty. That wasn't intentionally dirty, but I am glad that I can make waking up enjoyable. It's I'm gonna make myself blush. Anyways, now that I've gotten dirty on stream, sorry, I apologies to you, Von Tux. I didn't mean to make a dirty thing out of your very sincere and kind comment. Anyways, MC Fractal, heart to you. You're lovely. Sorry, I'm just like embarrassed. Anyways, heart to you. Thank you for the super chat. As someone exploring my identity later in life, I'm new to your channel, but I appreciate the work you do and the nuanced way you do it. Well, thank you so much, MC Fractal. That is super appreciated. And hey, exploring identity is part of life naturally. Like, we are always exploring identity throughout our entire lives in whatever way, whether it is through gender or it is through just like professions or what we're interested in. Like, the exploration of identity is life. If we weren't exploring identity, then what would we be living for? It's all about, if we figured out our identity, there wouldn't be anything to live for. It'd be just like, all right, figured it out, we're done. So let me put it this way, like, this is just, you're exploring, I'm assuming through gender, but that's just my assumption is what you meant. But like, I just am glad that you're continuing that journey. Like, it doesn't matter when you came to that journey, as long as you continue the journey. And so thank you for continuing the journey of exploring your identity. And I'm glad that I can like help be someone who helps you explore that along your way. So I'm welcome as we meet on the winding, crazy road that is life. And welcome to meeting. I'm just pontificating and philosophizing here, but thank you, MC Fractal, and I appreciate you. Angie Pugh, I keep bugging you. It's totally fine. Bugging me is... I am here to be bugged. That's why I'm doing a live stream. Bug me. That's the whole point. If I wasn't on a live stream, then I would be like, all right, you're bugging me. You're not bugging me. It's fine. But anyways, heart to you, Angie. Appreciate you for the next super chat. I learned I'm autistic just a couple years ago. How long do you know you're on the spectrum? My special interest is D&D. I'm curious if you also play. To answer the last question first, I do play D&D. Little less so recently just because of pandemic, and I haven't had time. Number one, I haven't had time, even if there wasn't a pandemic, and then pandemic's kind of made it harder because you can do D&D online, and I've done it. I even did like a Star Trek one over on Lore Reloaded's channel a while ago that I did sort of a D&D campaign with him and a few other folks, a few other Trek YouTubers. But just again, time, and I am very much a person, like, when it comes to like board games or D&D type stuff, I like to be in person to do it. Especially board games. It's just hard for me. Like, I like the tactile feel of stuff. Like, even books, I can't like read electronic books. I have to like actually buy like a physical copy of a book. It's just something I enjoy more, and it just helps me process better. So I do play D&D quite a bit. You asked me the question about when did I know I was on the spectrum. So, long story short, because this is going to be a much longer story and it could take up the whole time. But long story short is, when I was younger, I had a lot of sort of like, my parents were divorced, and I obviously had a lot of hyperfixations on like things like Star Trek and stuff like that my mom noticed. And my dad and I actually generally get along pretty well. But my mom and I love my mom. This isn't a knock against my mom at all. I adore her, but she and I have always like kind of butt heads a little bit more. And especially when we were living, like when we're adults, it's kind of easier because we don't live together and we don't have to have our butt heads. But whenever I was at my mom, it would always just be like a thing. And so my mom always was kind of like looking for reasons, like the source of the problem. And so she kind of was like, all right, maybe it's, autism. At the time she was sort of seeing as Asperger's. Now we know, anyway, she took me to see a diagnostician, who diagnosed me, on the spectrum as with, Asperger's at the time. Now we know that Asperger's is sort of like considered part of the autism spectrum. And honestly, it sort of helps me understand myself better. And so I guess that was around I think 11 or 12. And this is a whole other conversation. I don't want to necessarily diagnose my mom here, but I think my mom was sort of looking for explanations why we weren't clicking. The diagnosis certainly helped. It actually really helped me at the time because it helped me figure out how I learned better, how I process things better. Honestly, my diagnosis for me was actually super helpful in terms of understanding how I exist in the world, and how I processed information and sort of oh, this is how my brain works. It was like a nice click, in my brain. But I also know part of the reason was because my mother was sort of looking for a reason to explain our sort of inability to communicate super well. Unfortunately, it didn't fix that problem. But again, I think more it was just I was a very strong opinionated person. My mom was a very strong opinionated person. And we work much better when we're not living in necessarily the same space. I adore my mom. I love her. But I know that was sort of part of the process. And I'm also super thankful to my stepmom, too, who was very clear when I learned that I got my diagnosis. My stepmom sat me down and she was like, this does not define you. This explains stuff, but you are not better or worse because of it. And my stepmom explained that to me, almost instantly after I got diagnosed. And that was super helpful to hear, too. And that's something that I think a lot more people have, not just autistic identities, but trans identities, any identities, should be able to hear. Your identity just explains you. It doesn't necessarily define you. Yeah. Anyways, that's the long story short. There's probably more I could say on that, but long story short, on the live stream, that's what it is. Sean Piper, heart to you, sending you love. I want a Jesse Gender wake up surprise. Stop. I'm gonna freaking blush with the sexual innuendo there. I don't know why I'm holding a knife. I don't mean to threaten you. I just picked it up. Anyways. We're not gonna go there. Anywho. Oh boy. Let me sort of catch up. I think there's one more super chat. Yeah, one more super chat here. Langley. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you a heart. You are lovely. Thank you so much. Let's see. Mixed emotions and in need of distraction. Mixed emotions and need of distraction. Got my vaccine appointment, but also really scared. My cat is sick and dying, and she won't eat. Taking her to the vet. Well, number one, another heart for you, and another heart for your cat. I know that pain and that fear. I've had many cats throughout my life. I have Newt in the other room. I've had several cats throughout my life, and I've had several cats go through being sick and several cats who have died. So I know that that's scary. So best of luck to both of you. I hope everything's going to be okay. Thinking of you and sending you love to both of you and your cat. And on the plus side, vaccine appointment is good. I still want that vaccine injection. I probably am just going to have to wait until, because I haven't gotten a call from when I'm supposed to get mine, but I'm probably just going to have to wait until it's widely available, which I think Biden said that he wants to just let a mandate that it'll be available to everyone in May, which is probably when I'll get it. So, but good for you. I'm glad that you got it. Sorry, I just need to... throat getting a little parched, but I do know what it's like to fear for any loved one, but especially a pet, and especially right now. So heart and love goes to both of you. All right. I have finally caught up with the chat. I hope everyone is doing well. So finally caught up with the chat. Thank you everyone for all those super chats. That was a whirlwind of super chat. So that is super appreciated. It helps me pay the bills and all that stuff. So thank you. I said it enough to, but thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot. And another super chat. Let's see. Maggie the Goblin. Number one, Maggie, I love your avatar. Thank you for the super chat. You are lovely. That I love your avatar, your like trans background avatar, Maggie the Goblin. I adore it. It's wonderful. I think I've seen you in here a few times. Either that or in the comment sections. I forget if you've been in the live stream, the comment sections, but I have seen that avatar, and I always think like that's a good avatar. Anyways, hey, I just finished binging Kamen Rider Zero One while I've been stuck home with COVID and thought you might enjoy it. It's a sci-fi show that deals with grief, self-identity, and karate bugmen. I like karate bugmen, and you know, grief and self-identity. Well, I don't like grief, but I like exploring grief. I'll write that down right next to Space Sweepers. Let's see. Kamen Rider 01. I will check it out. Thank you for the suggestion, Maggie the Goblin, and thank you for the super chat. Okay. Oh my gosh, more super chats. Albert Pedro Trias, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart to you. Thank you. Hey Jesse, and Jane, you I also see yours too, so I just want to make sure you know I saw it, and I'll respond to you in a second. But hey Jesse, got Trek question for you. I know there are a lot of LGBTQ stories with the United Federation of Planets, but are there any non-UFP stories like Klingon Romulan? Yes, actually, I'm blanking on the name of it, and actually I want to do a video on it, to be honest, because there's an interesting backstory with this. But there is a Romulan book. I'm blanking, like the name, Roshana. Anyways, I can't remember the name of it, and I'm blanking on it, so apologies that I'm vague. I have the book in the other room. But there was a Star Trek novel that way back in the 80s, actually, I think. Might have been actually 80s or 90s. Actually, it would have been 90s. Late 80s, early 90s, that came out. That was an original series novel that was written by a woman, and the story was about mainly Romulans. I think one girl was Romulan, one was Vulcan, and they eventually had like a star-crossed romance. And it was kind of coded, like it wasn't explicitly stated that they were lesbians within the story, but it was kind of just like, yeah, they're lesbians. So it was like a Romulan lesbian romance that was very, very good. What's interesting about that story, though, is, so again, codedly lesbian, but kind of like basically, yes, a lesbian love story. What's interesting about that, and this is where I want to do a video on this, and I forget the exact specifics of this, but there was actually going to be a sequel written to that story that was going to be made, but the book publishers actually sort of backpedaled on it and didn't want to make it anymore. So what they chose to do instead was what happened. She wrote the book, and they sort of backpedaled on it. It's like, we don't want to do a sequel with like a lesbian sort of thing going on. And so the author was like, okay, take my name off the book. But they actually forced her name to stay on the book, and that book became the book Probe. So they rewrote the book Probe, which is sort of like a prequel story about the probe from Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. And so that book got rewritten, but it still has the original author's name, who actually didn't want her name on the book. There's a whole story. Oh, that's a package. Yeah, I'm going to miss that. I don't want to jump off the live stream. A package. Screw it. I'll get the package later if it doesn't show up. Anyways, let's see. What was I saying? Sorry, of course the package people always show up right whenever I'm doing something busy. Like, I'll wait all day for a package, and then I'll take a shower, and then they'll come when I'm in the damn shower. Anyways, it's always annoying. I'll get it tomorrow. It's fine. They'll come back tomorrow. Anywho, the thing that I ordered isn't urgent. Anyways, so that's the long story short. I do want to do a video on, because there's actually a whole interesting backstory to that, but I have to do like some research. I think the author's passed away, but the original story actually exists somewhere online. So we will, so I actually want to do a whole thing on that research for a while. So, yeah, that is a long story short, that sort of story. Let's see. And I wanted to catch Jane. Heart to you, Jane. You are lovely. Hi, sweetie. Just wanted to say I've really been enjoying the watch parties in Discord. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the watch parties. I saw that you were in the watch party earlier that we were watching before I joined. So good to see you, and thank you for joining the watch parties. I'm glad you're enjoying that. Like, I do, like, I'll credit where credit is due. For those of you who don't know, in my Discord on my Patreon, the several people run a mainly, I believe, Mag and Fernanda run watch parties 3 times a week where they rewatch Star Trek episodes or things like that, Star Trek movies. And I do nothing with that. That is fully them. They fully organize it. And I thank them for it because they are absolutely lovely and amazing people. So if anyone's a patron and wants to join a watch party weekly, go into my Discord server. They do it weekly, 3 times a week, actually 6 times a week technically, because they do 2 for each watch party. And like I said, that just shows you the power of how beautiful that community is, because I have nothing to do with that almost. I just show up sometimes and enjoy the watch party. So thank you to both of them, and anyone else who helps organize it, because I know a few other people help organize it from time to time. So absolutely lovely on them. Sean Piper, never another heart. You will never catch up. Also, you call that a knife? That is a knife. This is a knife. You call that a knife? This is a knife. Yeah, here it is. But yeah, I use that to open up the package. Causing me to never catch up. Let's see. Suzanne, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Said, heart for you, waiting for Falcon and the Winter Soldier in your review. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is on tonight at midnight, and I will be doing my review of it. I haven't gotten a pre-release screener because Disney sent out those screeners to all the other YouTubers except me, apparently. No, I'm not that entitled. It's whatever. They send them to who they want to send them to. But yes, but that does mean I have to stay up till midnight tonight to watch it. So I'll be up at midnight tonight, watch the episode, and I'll post my review immediately following. So look for that. That'll go up tonight. So thank you, Suzanne. I hope you'll enjoy the review. Von Tux, heart to you again. Thank you for the next super chat. You are lovely. You said, have you read any of the Revelation space novels? The way they did programmable matter and discovery really resembled how it was approached in the Prefect, especially the Apple made of our shit scene. I haven't actually. I didn't even know those. I'll check those out too. I'll add that to my list here too. Revelation space program. Thank you for the suggestion. I have not checked them out. And what's funny is the programmable matter stuff. There was like a bunch of stuff that came out this year or last year that had programmable matter in it. The Spider-Man Miles Morales video game actually had a whole thing about programmable matter too. It was like kind of weird. It was like Star Trek Discovery at the same time as that game were like doing scenes on programmable matter. And it was just kind of funny because programmable matter was happening in Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was like present day. And then Star Trek Discovery was like, it's the 32nd century. We have programmable matter. Isn't it crazy? And I'm like, that's like 10,000 years versus right now. Different time periods for that technology. I thought that was kind of funny. And then Farpoint Station, heart to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Good to see you here, by the way. How do you feel about Taco Time? Is that the Taco Time? Is that the I mean, I like tacos and I like time explicitly made for tacos. That's for dang sure. Oh, it's like a Mexican restaurant. I actually have not gone to Taco Time. There is actually, oh geez, yeah, that's why I know it, because there's actually one relatively close to me. But I actually never eaten there, so I can't offer an opinion. But if it makes tacos, I would presume it's probably good. I would generally think that that's a, well, I'm blanking on words. I would generally think it's probably fine. So, Reinhardt 68, heart to you. Thank you so much. Heart to you thank you so much. Good to see you, Reinhardt. Jesse, friends trying to raise money for his transition surgery, has a GoFundMe page, but what avenue can he pursue? Unfortunately, I'm frustrated that GoFundMes are a thing. Send me the if you tag me. Best way to do this, if you tag me on Twitter with the GoFundMe page, I'll retweet it, because I always want to try and support trans people and their GoFundMe. Also, I know I think I saw them in here. Some Random Geek might be in here. Some Random Geek I know has a running a sheet that they do for Steve Shives' channel, but I should also reuse that sheet too. I have to ask Steve and Some Random if I can. But Some Random, just to ask you, I don't want to put you on the spot, so this is up to Some Random Geek if they want to do this. But they have a running list that they had, like, sort of different GoFundMes and stuff, so you can ask Some Random Geek to put your friend on there. Again, I don't want to put anyone on the spot because I don't know exactly the rules of that. So if I don't want to speak for Some Random Geek or what the rules on that are, but I know that that's an option. Posting it on Reddit. things like that. That's also a good idea. I know a few people who have posted stuff like that on like transgender Reddit, and that helps as well. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like other things. I'll have to think on that. But tag me in a tweet on Twitter, and I'll retweet it at the very least. And some random geek might be able to add you to that sheet too, that gets passed around. So, all right. I finally caught up on the. Yes, thank you, some random geek. Some random geek just posted in the chat. Though because of latency, it probably happened a minute or two ago for all of you. But for me, it just posted. So use that charity link, and it's a Google Doc that you can sort of add your friends' GoFundMe to. So, and actually, I'm gonna grab that link too. I'm gonna make sure I try and add it from now on to the live stream. So I'll make sure to add that hopefully for next week. Some random geek, if you're here next week and I forget to add it, remind me to make sure I put it in the down below for next week. I'll try and do it right after this, but if I forget for some reason, just remind me. Let's see. Now that I'm officially caught up on, of course, it's 7 o'clock, and this is when I get off for the live stream. I'll stick around for another 5-10 more minutes. But I finally catch up on the chat, and it's time to end. Thank you everyone for the super chats. It was like that is so appreciated. Like you have no idea how much that is appreciated. Like legitimately. Had like a $700 medical bill earlier today, so that believe me, it is very much appreciated. Okay, let's see. What is everyone in the chat talking about? Talking about tacos. Tacos are good. Let's see here. So I'm trying to catch what people. I know I missed like a billion commentaries. When in the audio commentary series do you get to your favorite Enterprise? So, Sean, another super chat for you. My favorite Star Trek Enterprise episode isn't until season 3. So, you got a while. Those of you who don't know, I do audio commentaries on Star Trek Enterprise on my Patreon. So, season 3 is when we get to that. So, not for a while. It'll be a little bit before you do that. Did you see where Ray Fiennes, Lisa asked, did you see where Ray Fiennes came out in support of J.K. Rowling? I did see that. I didn't see what he exactly had to say because I just sort of like, I was like, I mean, this is the problem. I mean, again, I don't know what he said, but my presumption, this is based solely on presumption, is the problem with stuff that what J.K. Rowling is saying, and a lot of like TERF and gender critical viewpoints, is that it like couches itself in the language of feminism, that J.K. Rowling's transphobia has been couched in this language of feminism that makes it very, very easy to be misconstrued as like helpful to trans people. Like even in J.K. Rowling's letter, she says, "Oh, I support trans people, but I don't want the girls to be harmed either." Sort of like number one, otherizing trans people, putting trans people as less important, and then also all the lies and framing that she had in that essay, intentional or unintentional, they are directly manipulative, and so. The issue with a lot of that stuff is that for those who don't know the minutia of all this stuff, they'll look at that and be like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. She's just saying women are women and we don't want to hurt women. I actually support trans people, but women are women, so why you dare hurt her? She's just defending women. When you drill into what it actually all means, it ends up being very, very harmful to trans people, and is very disingenuous and very just wrong, just straight up wrong. So what's frustrating is when I see actors like this. This happened with Eddie Redmayne too, and a few others. I believe even forget the few other people that came out in support of J.K. Rowling. Most of their responses are like, she's just saying supporting women. She's just stating facts, whatever. She's not her. She doesn't hate trans people. She's just supporting things, and that's the problem with this ideology, right? Is that it's just so easily. For those who aren't like looking at the minutia, aren't looking at the brass tacks, aren't looking at the technicalities and things like that with what she's saying, it's very easy to misconstrue and say like, oh yeah, she's just saying this, and then support her. And what's frustrating about this isn't not to let people like Ray Fiennes off the hook. I understand when people are like, when I talk to my parents, I had to explain. It took me like an hour to explain to my parents why J.K. Rowling's essay is really, really horrible and manipulative and just harmful to trans people, but it takes a long time. So I understand people just sort of like looking on from the outside in, why it's confusing and why it's hard to understand. And I'm actually have a video coming out in a few weeks that I'll be going through everything, just sort of like this ideology just in general. That being said, though, when I look at someone like Ray Fiennes, or I think even Eddie Redmayne, but I might be wrong exactly, and I have to remember what he said. But I look at someone like Ray Fiennes and what, again, haven't seen what he said, but I'm presuming he's just sort of saying, like, oh, she's just trying to defend women. It's just sort of like, you're using your platform. If you're an actor of that stature, of that well-known political figure, you need to, when you make statements like this, when you know that there's this big controversy around her, you have a right. You have not a right. You have an obligation to understand the details of it. I can understand someone who doesn't have a platform maybe being like, yeah, I don't get what's wrong with J.K. Rowling. But I understand that. But someone with your platform, you have an obligation to not use that platform for harm, and to support her is just deeply saddening and upsetting. It's honestly frustrating. And it's what happens in these sort of things. It's just, this is how this stuff gets perpetuated. It's so stuff like J.K. Rowling says is so easy to misconstrue, and then people just end up falling into it, and then using their platforms to perpetuate the harm because they don't see what's wrong with it. But you have an obligation to, and it's just frustrating. Yeah, Paul XL. Yeah, transphobia hides pretty well in feminism. Many people don't have the knowledge to see through that. Yep, it's fortunately what it is. So, pizza is pie. That is a hot take that I can end with. I love pizza is pie. I totally agree. I mean, I love pizza. Here's a moon hissia. I like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Cake is pie. Okay, now we're getting some hot takes. Cheesecake is pie. Oh my gosh. Now we're getting to the real hot takes. All right, everybody. My voice is starting to get a little bit cracked, and I also have to go get some dinner and chill a little bit before doing the review tonight. So I am going to head out for the evening, but I just want to wish everyone a lovely, lovely evening. Thank you, everyone who did a super chat, but beyond all the super chat, this heart is for all of you. Like, thank you so much, everybody, for being lovely, for being beautiful, for being wonderful, for making this community absolutely wonderful. I am honored by all of you for being super kind. So just heart, you lovely, lovely folks. I am going to, like I said, so a couple announcements before I wrap out for the evening. Like I said, basically stuff that I've already started stated through the stream, but tonight there'll be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier video going up. That'll be going up tonight, probably around like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 to 3 in the morning, depending on how fast I can turn around the edit. So look for that. And then I'm also going to have Saturday, like I said, the Zack Snyder Cut. So if you're a patron, you can join me for the Zack Snyder Cut watch along. That'll be a bunch of fun. Bring your own beer, as they say. And then also tomorrow, the link is already up, but there'll be a premiere at 11 a.m. Pacific time. There is going to be a video that I'm rather proud of. That is going to be probably contentious, but I am rather proud of, and we're going to be looking at transgender people in sports and sort of that sort of hot button issue that's been going around. A lot of conservatives making laws about transgender students in sports and things like that. Excuse me. I'm rather proud of the video. I try to do some new things with it. It should be exciting, but I try to look at it from an honest point of view, but always trying to keep in mind that trans people are the ones that are getting harmed in this discussion. So we'll be talking about that. It'll be a contentious video, but I try to make it as fun as possible, even though the topic is harder. And I send love. So I hope everyone will join me for that at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much, Some Random Geek, for sharing the charity link. And I'm just going to give a heart to Edward Bedore, who says, "Hi, Jesse. I must say you're looking hot today." Well, thank you. I hope I look hot every day. I hope I look hot, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much, Edward Bedore. Heart to you and heart to everybody. This heart's for breaking that heart. This heart's for everybody. Love to all of you. Have a wonderful evening, and I will bid you all a wonderful good night. All right, Corey, I found the button. The button's right here. It's here. Got it. It's good. All right.